What's up? PipSnipers here, back for another update. Let's take a look at Woo over here. And this is the historical chart of Woo, going all the way back to November 20th, with the source being HTX. What we see over here, going back to May 2021, is a three-wave move down here with Bitcoin for your A wave, come up in a three-wave move for your B wave, and then you come down in a waterfall-like move in a five-wave fashion for your C wave. So this is a classic 335 Elliott wave flat pattern, and then your A wave is finished over here. Okay, so your ABC correction is finished, and then what you have is what's called a leading diagonal. So notice how right after this A wave finished, back in June 2022, we started to make higher lows in the market. So this was our five-wave move to the upside, but notice how these five waves are overlapping each other. Okay, this would be considered a wave, or your wave 1, and then you're going to have a three-wave move within each of these waves. You guys see that? Just a three-wave move for the subwaves of this leading diagonal. So with a leading diagonal, you're going to have your A wave once the wave 5 comes in, and then you have your A, B, C correction, so a three-wave move down, three-wave move up, and then a five-wave move to the downside. Very similar correction to what we had over here, 335. And this over here would be considered your B wave, right here. Okay, now we're starting our C wave to the upside, which would likely go ahead and take you to around the 1.236% extension, measured from your high here in 2021. It would also coincide with the flat pattern rules in the Elliott wave theory, in which your B wave slightly overshoots the upper boundary of this last all-time high. So it would take out your buy side liquidity, with your draw on liquidity being this region over here at around $2.20 to $3.54. And all I did to find these fibs was I just took a fib from the very high over here down to the low on the linear and the logarithmic scale. Okay, now you don't really know what the market makers like to use in regards to fibs. Sometimes they use the linear and sometimes they use the log. So that's why I like to use both, so you can get more confluence on the sell targets. Okay, so around these two regions over here would be considered your danger zone. This over here at the 70.2 to 78.6% fib, sitting at around 76 to 96 cent, would be your intermediate target. And then this over here would be likely be the top, because you have a three-wave move down in your A, three-wave move up in your B, with your B wave taking out your buy side liquidity right over here. And then you have a waterfall-like move down for your C wave in a five-wave fashion, likely coming back down to back test these November 2022 highs. Okay, you see how well we have been adhering to this structural level over here. Wicked up here in November 20th, right, as resistance, used it as support in June 2022, used it as support in December 2022, continued to make higher lows, higher highs, and now we came down to back tested again in 2024. Okay, so now it looks like we're ready to start our move to the upside because we've successfully back tested this region. You see? Every time. So when we take a look here at the MACD, let's take a look at the MACD on the daily time frame. We do see bullish divergence. Okay, consistently making higher lows on the MACD while the price is making consecutive lower lows. We're also printing a nice falling wedge pattern over here. So let me just remove these drawings so I can show you guys. So you guys see this bullish falling wedge pattern over here? Okay, now a lot of altcoins are printing the same setup. Okay, ready having an advance above the 20 EMA. Okay, making our way above the 50, 100, and 200. And if we take a look here at the 3-day time frame, we do see that cross already on the MACD. You guys see this cross over here? it actually crossed over here. It crossed over here, but then was just a fake out, came and swept this low, and now we're seeing a nice cross again. Okay, so it's looking pretty good. 3-day time frame is pretty strong here. Nice bullish hammer or bullish pin bar, however you want to look at it. You see this candle over here? In the market, whenever you see high time frame candles printing a elongated wick to the downside, that goes to show you that that's a lot of buy pressure coming in, and we're trying to already make an advance above this trendline liquidity. Okay, you see this trend line? We already have an advance above it. Extra confirmation of our bullish bias would be a move back above the 50 EMA and the 100 EMA over here on the daily time frame. But so far, this does look like a textbook leading diagonal pattern in which you have overlapping waves here for your first wave, come down for your wave 2, two extremes, and then you have a nice wave 3 for your macro B before you have that C wave to the downside. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys want to stay updated with Woo, then definitely click the link in the description below. Peace out and take it easy. See you in the next one.